What's up, guys? We're doing something a little bit different. We are in my enclosed trailer that I haul my side by side in. And if you ride a lot, you know an enclosed trailer is super nice as far as locking tools, carrying extra parts, got cabinets behind y'all. And but the mud and everything just tracks in so bad. And every time you go ride, of course you wash it off, but your floor is just a wreck. So I'm gonna do a garage floor coating on the floor of this enclosed trailer, and we will be using the Rustoleum. Probably go to Lowe's, and I'll be doing 2 coats of primer on the floor. To start with, I'm gonna of course clean it, get this trim up that's around my E-track that's set in the floor, clean everything really good, get all the dirt out of it, run to Lowe's, pick up the few things I need, come back and slap it on, and hopefully it turns out good. We're gonna go about whatever that is, 3 inches. It's like a little baseboard here on the floor, and up the wall we'll go that far. And later on, I plan to paint the whole inside, but that will be down the road. I have a big event in just a little over a week and a half, and I have an event in between the big event. So, not a lot of time. Still got to get a buggy together too, but y'all are here about this enclosed trailer and doing the floor. So let's get to it. Get to the broom and start sweeping, and then we'll pull this trim up. And hopefully this will preserve my trailer because it does take a beating. So we get round 1 swept out. The E-track's super nice to have in your floor, but if you do a lot of off-road riding, any kind of racing, it is a pain to clean. So I'll get this swept out and I'll jump back on here when we start to do something more exciting. All right, so we got round 1 of sweeping the floor, but for my sport, that's what we end up with. So I'll go get a scraper and scrape all these mud clods, and then we'll get the shop vac, make sure all these corners are cleaned out, get this cleaned out, and then I'm going to paint up to here, and I'm probably going to come back after I get it done and caulk this edge just so water can't get behind there. Hopefully I'll be able to wash the floor out, or at least like these channels, but you can see they're super nice to have, but if you do any kind of dirt racing, they can be a booger to get clean. And we'll caulk that and try to clean it up. I'm gonna try to just do a clean straight line with my flooring to right there, and probably look deeper into these corners right here because they seem like they may have gotten wet one time. But this trailer is a well-built trailer. It's got real plywood in the floor, and I've used it pretty hard. And we got a little bit of oil stain here, so hopefully get a little sandpaper on that and start getting it prepped out. Throw some primer on it. This door is gonna be fun. So Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the trim up from around the E-track that's in the floor. I'll throw you on time lapse. We'll do that, vacuum it out, and scrape these bad spots and sand on this oil spot. Hopefully it doesn't come back through. But we'll get started, get this thing prepped out. Super excited. Time lapse coming. All right, so we got pretty close, as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna get a rag, a damp rag, and just kind of wipe and get any more of that dust. I'm sure my trailer is way worse than 99% of the trailers, just because we hit so many mud events in a row. But we bought these super cheap scrapers. I went through and scraped and scraped and blowed and blowed and scraped, and there's always going to be a little spot that got missed or whatever. But it's going to be as good as it's going to get because I'm about done doing it. And I'll hit a few more spots, blow it again, get the damp rag, wipe the trailer down, let that dry, and then we got some oil-based primer. So we'll mix it up, get everything taped prior, and come through and paint that lower baseboard down, paint it all, let that sit up, dry, and do another coat or two of the oil-based primer. I'll go through and paint the edge with a brush on both sides, and then do the floor. So I'll run, get the rag, and throw this back on time lapse, tape the trailer out, wipe everything down, then take the trailer out, and then mix the paint up and get to it. So we'll get to it. Alright, so we got everything taped except for a little piece over here behind y'all. I'll run and get some more tape. This is what I decided to go with for the primer. I'm gonna do 2 to 3 coats, however far this gallon will take me. We went with an oil-based power primer extreme. Blocks the toughest, most challenging stains. So supposed to be waterproof and all that. We'll shake it up and try to get our first coat of primer on. And what primer is going to do is make your tough coat, rock solid coat from Rustoleum go further, because this wood is dry. This would be way easier on a new trailer. This trailer has been used for some time. I bought it used and used it very hard. So my prep, as you can see, was really rough. And I'll throw y'all back on a time lapse, but we'll start priming this trailer. And I got them to tint my primer as dark as they could, because it was white, and I want my Rustoleum to turn out as dark as possible. All they had to offer was the dark gray high gloss, which I wanted the high gloss, but didn't really want the gray. So we're going to get it as dark as we can. Find something to stir this up, throw you on a time lapse, and get started. All right, so we got the first coat done. The sun's starting to set on us, and my phone overheated while it was in time lapse, but I still got the door to do. But that's our first coat of primer done. I got to get some more tape to finish up taping right here, and it's been a job. So I'll probably get another can and do a second coat on the floor of primer, and then we will get the Rustoleum coating out and start applying it. It's been a few days since I painted the primer, and we got up early because we are in Florida, and you don't want to be in direct sun or a real hot, because that might cut down on your work time. But I'll show you the kit we decided to go with. So we went with the Rustoleum Rock Solid kit for 2.5 car garage. This is a 36-foot roundabouts trailer with the cabinets being in the front, but we also have an 8-foot door, so 30 plus feet, 32, something like that. And this is industrial grade polycuramine. This was the only one at Lowe's that said it would work on wood, is one thing I went with. And just looking through different things, I found that this has the best reviews. And it comes with 2 easy mix pouches. I'll show you mixing them up before we get started. I got my brother and a buddy of mine coming. You do have a work time with this stuff. It says not to be over 90 degrees. It comes with the paint chips, the rollers, comes with these rollers, 2 of them. And I like that it's separate bag because that gives you 45 minutes to an hour with each bag. So I got some serious hours in cleaning and priming. And the primer was so that the wood will really soak up. And I seen where some guys were having to go get another kit, and this stuff isn't cheap. I have close to $500 in material in doing this enclosed trailer. So you definitely want to do your prep work right and take the time that it needs. Yes, it says do not use product after 1 hour. So when you get this stuff mixed up and poured out, you need to be ready to go. So that's why I decided to have some help here with me and to use it. And that's between temps of 40 and 75 degrees, 45 minutes from 76 to 90. And so we're in Florida, so we rarely we'd have to do it in the winter. And I have to have this trailer in a few days to haul my toys. But we'll throw you on a time lapse. I'll mix it up. We decided to go with paint trays because there's gonna be 3 of us in here working. I'm gonna wipe any dust down with a wet rag and trim it out and roll the middle and throw your paint flakes down. So it's not rocket science, it's just work, and make sure you do your prep work the right way. All right guys, we're about halfway through and this material is going a lot further than we thought. Got the floor painted and the paint chips thrown out. It's looking really nice, and it kind of self-levels. We went with a brush to trim out, and you definitely want to use some sort of primer because I run out of primer, and over here it was still raw wood, and this whatever this stuff is really soaks into the wood and like becomes tacky as soon as it touches it. So definitely seal it with a primer. We'll get the rest of this little bit done. And this is 1 bag out of the kit with 2 bags. So it's really surprising, and my luck, we'll probably have to open the bag to do 3 foot. But I'll jump on here whenever we're done. And just like that, we got her coated down. It's looking really nice. This is the extreme gloss. So definitely a 1 hour working time. And this was only half the kit that did the door and 26 foot box. And the door is about 8 foot by 8 foot. So you might could get by with a 1.5 car kit, but if you don't, then you're stuck in the middle without having more product to put down. And so we just went on the safe side and got the 2.5 car garage kit. Once it's set up, I'll jump back on here, of course, and show you it after it's dry. Of course, I had to put my trim back along this recessed E-track and pull all my tape up, and I'm gonna caulk the top of the baseboard there with some black, and it'll tie it all together. All right, guys, we're wrapping this video up. I'm getting the trim all put back down around my recessed E-track and trimming out this door. So do your prep work and make sure you use primer, and you won't have any problems and you'll love it. This stuff is really solid and really hard. It's like concrete in here. So it'll do really well for oil spills. And drop a comment if you've done one. Let me know what you did different or something I should do on the next one. I know after this, the next one will be better and better and better the more we do. So I'm not a professional, don't claim to be, but we can do a lot of things. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. See y'all on the trail. Here's the finished product. Turned out really well. If I would have known I had enough to do 2 coats, I would have. This trailer is 26 foot plus the about 8 foot gate, and you can definitely do 2 coats with this if you use a primer. As you can see where we got it real thick, it's really nice. And then some other places it got a little bit thinner. But the goal is the primer. So